All right. All right, guys, we are turning off of the Clinch River Highway onto Mill Creek Road. Glad y'all could come today. Want to have some fun up through here. It turns to gravel. Up here in Southwest Virginia, there's lots of good gravel roads. It's like I'm thankful for Virginia not updating their infrastructure. Let's not pave all the roads. Let's leave them gravel. Oh, nice little waterfall. Check that out. Little man-made structure. Taking a little left right here. Taylortown, that's another little section of gravel. But Mill Creek turns to gravel here also. At Taylortown, it goes on up toward Fort Blackmore. This one goes up to, oh, hang on a second. Rytown. Rycove. Kitty cat. You get over that big ditch. See these rock walls up through here? I'll show you some amazing ones here in a minute. You know, I told you this is a rocky area that we're in right now. And it looks like there's a wall up here that's been built hundreds of years ago. It's pretty amazing. Ooh, this road's amazing. Here we are in Rye Cove. We're going to take a left on Rye Cove Memorial Highway. See these walls? Aren't these cool? And go down here just 100 yards or so and take a right again. I take a right on Brick Church Road. This makes a big loop. I might just go ahead and do the whole loop with you. First time I'll go slow and show you this wall. This wall is amazing. Who knows how long it's been here, but it just continues on and on and on. Yeah, I think I'll just do the whole loop. As we get up here to this old homestead, I want you to check out the walls. It is awesome. Both sides of the road. Isn't that something else? And you figure they picked these rocks up out of this field to farm and have stacked them and made this wall, but you have no idea how old this is. That's pretty awesome. Pretty darn awesome. Now if you stay on this and don't turn, it takes you all the way into Natural Tunnel State Park near Duffield, Virginia. Oh, puppy. But what we're going to do is we're going to take this left out here and go down the hill and around the hill and back up and do this again, because this is a big loop. I hate to have to ride it again. My wife asked me when I was putting these videos on YouTube, she said, "Are you saving your files on your memory cards?" And I said, "No, I'm deleting them as I go." She said, "Well, what if something happens and you need to go back and get it?" I said, "I guess I'll have to write it again." There's the Brick Church, Rye Cove Brick Church. This is Brick Church Road. Thank you, Lord, for letting me enjoy this beauty that you've made for us. I am very thankful. All right, we're going to turn left here down Farming Acres. See all the rocks? Isn't this a nice little gravel road on a beautiful day? Big bull. Alright, there's a road turns to the right here, 648. That takes you back down to Highway 65. That's where we would have come in at a different spot. But I'm going to go ahead and continue the loop. Look out, Mr. Squirrel. Yeah, if I grew up around here, I'd be just riding around this road all day long. All right, up there's the stop sign. It brings us back to Brick Church Road. All right, that was the loop. But we need to go on back out Brick Church Road to continue our ride. So. Yeah, these rock walls just amaze me. That's a lot of work. And they've been there for a long time, you can tell, with all the moss growing in them. This man sitting in this truck out here is going to think I'm lost going in circles when I go by him this time. Well, at least this time I'll slow down and give you a better look at the brick church. The Rye Cove Brick Church. Here he comes. It's like, hey, didn't you just go through here? Yeah, here's the church. It's an old church. Here's where we turned left a minute ago to do the circle. We're going to stay on Brick Church, go on out here to the Natural Tunnel State Park. Here we are at Bishoptown Road. We're just going to cross over, hit Fincastle. Now we're on the grounds of the National Tunnel State Park. Right out here is their swimming pool. I don't think they opened it this year. At least it wasn't open when every time I came through. Okay, there's their pool. I want to give out a special thanks to Arno. My good friend Arno, he's recently engaged. He's going to get married. I'm so happy for him. He's the one that blessed me with this camera. Before then, I had no intentions of doing any filming for YouTube or anything like that. I just wanted to get out here and witness along the trail to people that I run into. But when he gave me the camera, that kind of gave me the idea that maybe that's what God's wanting me to do, is just film this stuff and put it out for you guys to watch. So thank you to Arno. Poor fella, he's going to have to move from East Tennessee to South Carolina when he gets married. And I hate that for him. He's going to be missing this riding up here. He'll have to come in on weekends, I guess. After the honeymoon period's over, of course. He's not thinking about anything but his beautiful fiance right now. This poor bike's sitting at my house with no battery in it. I don't blame him though. He's happy. That's all that matters. He's happy where he's where he's supposed to be. Here we are at the end of Fincastle. We're going to turn right here on this road. It goes on into Duffield, Virginia. I thank you guys for riding with me, and I will see you on the next one. Have a blessed day.